Welcome back inside the huddle, Week 5. Clint Brakebill, Kel Seed of the Amarillo Globe News. And it's been an exciting year, and we start dwindling down the teams that are left undefeated, but we still got some of those guys around.
We do. We have 9 undefeated teams starting when you go to Class 4A and down, and that starts with your Canyon Eagles. Who would have thought that?
Yeah.
Doubled their win total already from last year, 2-4. So it's amazing what they're doing. And then, Clint, when you look at it all the way down to McLean, who looks just unstoppable right now.
Yeah, and like you said, Canyon doubling that win total, 2-8 last year. Obviously, we're young, and they've started hot this season. And how about a district that's been on fire?
Oh, go 6-0 last week in 3-3A Division II, and they're 19-5 overall. What a number that is! That's Canadian, that's Childress, that's Friona, and that's Spearman. They're all 12-0.
Just from top to bottom, this is a tough district.
We all know about Canadian Childress, okay? We know the state rank, we know the players. Now, when it goes to Spearman, we know defense right now. 6 points allowed. We jinxed them last week. We gave up a touchdown, but they're okay. They take the win.
That's right.
But Friona's got a Marco Monreal that we don't talk about enough, and that kid's one of the best quarterbacks in the area, and he's one of the healthy quarterbacks in the area.
We've dealt with some injuries throughout this season with some star players and kind of notably star quarterbacks. And one of those may be coming back for a big matchup this week with Caprock PD. That we'll see what happens Friday night, but from at least my understanding is he's got a shot to play Friday night.
Yeah, he's talking about Tariq Williams, and that's right here, Dick Bivens, 7:30 Friday night. The Crosstown Showdown with Caprock Paladuro. What a great game! Always a great crowd. The two teams, it's a built-in rivalry together. Kind of a pick 'em right now, especially if Tariq doesn't play. And Dondre DeGreat, one of the best quarterbacks in that district. They're fast. Dondre likes to get it out to Jeremiah Patterson, who averages 23 yards a catch, by the way. And you know about Caprock's defense.
Yeah, Caprock's defense has been playing very well. And then Paladuro going into this game 500 for the first time, I believe, in 4 years. So going into district play at 500, they're coming off that big win against Borger. But yeah, Caprock's defense, I mean, like you talked about, I mean, their biggest task will be stopping that big arm of Dondre DeGreat, who can sling it all over the field.
Yeah, but what can Paladuro, they've had defensive issues. That's kind of their mark this year. Can they slow down that run game? Caprock's run game was really good against Canyon last week. So that'll be the question could go in that game. I expect it to be close going in the fourth quarter. If Tariq plays, how healthy will he be? That's a broken hand. That was tough to deal with.
Yeah, even coming back, even if he plays, it's how much, that first game back, what does that look like? But still, I think they were optimistic that he was going to be back for the start of district, and it looks like there's a good shot that may happen. Another big matchup in our small schools. A lot of eyes are going to be on this one. Wellington taking on Panhandle. Two teams that I think in those different levels, 2A Division I, 2A Division II, could be looked at as state champions.
If I was Wellington in this game, it's Wellington Panhandle. In Panhandle, yes, everybody has their eyes on them in Division I. We know, like you said last week, Wellington needs their introduction. We know what they are in Division II. They're not the typical Division II team. They could fit in about every division you want them to fit in. Okay, that's the size, that's the speed. If I'm Wellington, I'm looking at the tape Childress had against Panhandle. A lot of success, a lot of yards, a lot of points. 47 in that game. Now, with that said, I don't think that JoJo McKnight is quite Latimer when it comes to being a quarterback, but what he does have is a lot of wheels, and he has a lot of weapons because he has a matchup problem with John Michael Holcomb. That kid is a 6'5" tight end that could just match up nightmare. But what does Panhandle have?
And it's funny about Panhandle, and I've heard you mention this on your podcast, The Press Pass, and also in the paper, that this is a team that really got hot at the midway through last season because last year I didn't know what to make of them halfway through the season. Then all of a sudden they got hot, and I think a lot of that has to do with one of your Player of the Week nominees in Braden Durst, who has been playing phenomenal through that stretch last year and at the beginning of this year.
And he's even looking like a quarterback. He was 10 of 11 last week. What's that about? He runs for 100, he throws for 150. But not only that, Houston Heck, sorry about that. Houston Heck had 200 yards rushing last week against Vega. They have Case and Kirkland, then you have Luke Ray on the outside, who's just as dynamic.
And we talked to Braden Durst earlier this week, and he was talking about his relationship with Luke Ray. Someone he's been playing with for a long time, and he just trusts him on the outside on those 50-50 balls.
And when you look at Wellington, it's not only Holcomb. There's Arturo Tellez, there's Seven Wilbur, there's Jalen Rowland. There's so many weapons that they have. And defensively, never miss an assignment, never miss a gap. You could put Arturo Tellez anywhere. He's like a Swiss Army knife. It's going to be a great matchup.
And Kel, what's interesting about this week is I did see there's a lot of teams on byes this week, but not only that, in our area, a lot of weird scheduling for this week.
A lot of neutral site games. I've never seen it like this. We got White Deer, Borden County, which ought to be fantastic.
Right.
On Thursday in Lockney, we got Stratford, Plainview, in Plainview against Hamlin. And Hamlin, team to look out for, by the way.
Yep.
We have Rawls and Booker playing in Randall.
And then Shamrock's going to be, that's going to be at Canyon High School.
And then Tascosa, we didn't bring it up, Tascosa against Brownsville Hannah in
San Antonio.
And what a great game we got in Vernon, though. The number 3 ranked Canadian Wildcats going up against the team. You hear Grapevine Faith and you think, oh, Canadians 60-0, but no. No. They're scary.
Now this is a team that's going to have a Division I prospect at quarterback that they're going to have to try and slow down, and you were telling me playmakers all over the field.
Yeah, 6'4" quarterback going to Iowa, then a kid at running back who's got 5 D1 offers. He's big, he's fast. Their offensive line, as Coach Chris Ketting said, is as good as it gets. They're top 15 in 4A taps. I think they'd be a 3A D1 if it was UIL. They were a state champion in 2016. 2 linebackers that are 6'3" and just love to get after you. So Canadians got their hands full. You hear a Grapevine Faith, you're like, but
because it's not a name you're that familiar with, right? Being a TAP school, but
and this is what Canadian runs into when nobody wants to play. You know, you got to go out play a team from nowhere, and meet in Vernon. It's kind of like Tascosa. Nobody wanted to play them, so you got to go find a team in Brownsville, Hannah, and meet in San Antonio. So Canadians win streak, I think it's 21 right now in regular season, the longest in the Panhandle, going to be tested on Saturday at 2 o'clock.
And so those 3 games, they're going to be separated by about 15 miles there at Canyon, then at Kimbrough, and in Randall High School. Yeah. So you'll have that to look forward to this week. And district play, we'll be talking about that more as we move forward in the weeks, but a big district and a big district matchup for Caprock and PD.
Yeah, I can't wait.